Hi, my name is Ben, and on December 31st, 2019, I launched this new channel, NeverBenBetter, with an amateurish video featuring me as I talked about my intentions to vlog about building wealth. Now, a lot's changed since that first video, but I did manage to grow my channel from 0 subscribers to 2,000, and I made a little money along the way. In this video, I'm going to share two things with you: exactly how much money I've made through YouTube ad revenue, and the strategies I've utilized to maximize that income source. The purpose of this vlog is to document my endeavor to see if I can turn that $2,000 into sustainable passive income. You know that every YouTuber has a story, how they got started and why they're doing this. Because this is a video about revenue, that story is relevant because it tells you what's at stake for me and how much time I'm putting into my channel. However, I do know that statistically, our relationship is only going to last about 4 minutes, so I'm going to keep this short. I used to live in New York City. I was a math teacher for 10 years. I didn't quit my job to start a YouTube channel. I quit my job because my wife is a Navy dentist. The Navy moved us out to San Diego, where we bought our first house, a 2-unit home in San Diego, and we renovated it, including installing Tesla solar panels and a Powerwall, which many of you already know about. A friend from New York reaches out to me and asks me if I want to co-found a startup called Mastery Portfolio. Then the Navy moved us to Japan, and things really took off with the startup. We got investors, and I made two big goals. One, can I learn how to be a leader for a startup? And two, can I find another source of income so I don't have to rely on a paycheck from investor funds in this new business that we've created? That gets me reading, and I'm reading about Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. I get inspired by the idea of creating a personal brand on the YouTube platform, and I launched that first episode on December 31st, 2019. So, how have I done since then? How long did it take to monetize? I want to tell you all about those numbers, but understand that one, this is a part-time gig for me. I'm still very much the CTO of Mastery Portfolio. YouTube is something that I do nights and weekends, and of course, you don't just create a YouTube channel and make money. It takes some time. So in my case, I was able to monetize when I hit 1,000 subscribers in June. So we're going to take a look at YouTube ad revenue, the revenue that I've received from referrals, and the revenue that I've received from my investments in my Robinhood portfolio, which is entirely funded by proceeds from the ad revenue. Those are the three categories. Let's look at those numbers now. So first, YouTube ad revenue. You can see that I started in June. My first check was $51.93, and I immediately started to see growth after that. July was $146, August $234, September $335, and then the revenue starts to contract. $219, $124, and $104. In total, $1,216.78. So one of the things that I need to think about now is why the contraction in revenue. It could just be because of trends on YouTube across the entire platform, but it also definitely has some things to do about how I've made changes to my channel, which I've been analyzing all fall and winter. In fact, what we'll quickly do is we'll take a look at views in my channel over the course of time. You can see that I had like little to no views up until February, where I finally had my first big hit. It was my Tesla solar panels and Powerwall review, which I released in January. And once that picked up momentum, I was getting thousands of views a day. So down below, you can see my top performing videos. The top 3 all have something to do with Tesla. Now, if I wanted to continue to see that same growth over the course of the entire year, what I should have done, although I can't say I regret this, but what I should have done is continue to release content about Tesla. But I don't want to be a channel that's entirely about Tesla. I want to be talking about innovation in every aspect of my life and how I make financial decisions over the course of a year and whether or not those decisions are financially justified. That's what my channel is about. And by the way, if that's interesting to you and you aren't already subscribing, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. But anyway, I decided to actually pivot away from talking about what was making me money and talk about the things that I was doing and learning as the CTO and Master Portfolio by making videos about Angular, which haven't really paid well, but you learn as you make a channel, and YouTube is a tough place. It takes a lot of experimenting before you can finally figure it out. I don't know if I figured it out yet, but I'm getting a lot closer. Anyway, I had more views in February, March, and April than I did for the rest of the entire year. I didn't make any money during that time, but it did put me in a position where I was able to monetize beginning in June. Let's jump now to referrals. So what are referrals? Referrals are the links that I put in the description that when consumers click them, I get a little reward for referring that client to whatever the product is. In my situation, the only thing that I've ever referred is Tesla solar panels, and that referral has made me $1,150. So those checks began to come in late fall, and I received another one right before Christmas. It was actually 3 checks in the mail on the same day, 2 checks for $250 and 1 check for $400. And then finally, there are my investments. Now, the investments are indirectly related to YouTube. They're related because it's funded by my YouTube revenue, but of course, how my channel performs has nothing to do with how these investments perform. So this is a list of every stock that I've bought over the course of the year. I did put a little bit of my own money in April. And that has added up to $2,061 that I've spent on the investments. Now, if I show you the current value, it comes out to being almost $3,000. And so altogether, I've currently made $847 on my investment, or a little less than 40%. Now, any money that I haven't spent on my investments, I've put back into the channel. So I've purchased that new camera and these lights and this green screen that I'm using and this microphone. And so all of that equipment I've added on as expenses. So when it's all said and done, if I take all of the revenue that I've made, which is $3,214.04, and then I subtract my expenses, I have made a profit of $1,843.39. Of course, that is like if I was to sell all of my stock today, which I'm not going to do. And I guess if you leave off the stock, then I've made about $1,000 profit. So what are the next steps? Where do I go from here? Well, that is probably the topic for another video. Although I can say one of the things that I'm definitely going to be focusing on is developing more content that my viewers, that my subscribers really want to see. I've seen that decline in the fall, and I think I've identified the cause of that decline. And so I'm just kind of working on catering more to what people want to watch. And I guess the more interesting thing that I've learned is that it's not about what you think you do well. It's not about what I think I do well. It's what other people get out of whatever value you have to offer. So if I tend to be really good at going over spreadsheets and talking about financial choices, and I'm better at that than I am talking about videos that have to do with teaching, well, no matter how much I like talking about teaching, I'm not really helping myself by taking my channel in that direction. There are guides that are put out, and they come in the form of thumbs up, subscriptions, and views. So I'll tell you what. If this is a video that you've enjoyed, if you want to see more content like this, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to this channel. I make videos every week. I continue to make videos about innovation. Thank you so much for watching this to the end, and I wish you a very happy new year. May 2021 blow 2020 out of the water. Take care. Bye-bye.